I had to make a lot of mistakes in the public eye, bro, and I'm, again, not like super proud of those things, but like
My name is Justin. This is how I go. You're my God and my Father.
Justin Bieber crashing out because the truth of his childhood is about to come out. The amount of time Justin spent the night with Diddy, that boy is a victim.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy.
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out. I forgive myself, you know, and I know God forgives me, and like, I can keep moving forward.
Lately, the internet has been going absolutely crazy over one name, Justin Bieber. No matter where you scroll, the same question keeps popping up again and again. What's really going on with him? The rumors are flying, the theories are stacking up, and the drama feels nonstop.
And those things you were doing at those parties when no one was watching, and if people had you on tape, what would we see? You know what I mean?
Imagine it's 2 a.m., sleep is gone, and curiosity hits full force. You're jumping from article to article, post to post, trying to figure out what's legit and what's just loud online chatter. Social media is pushing some seriously wild narratives, making Bieber look like a superstar who's slipping right in front of everyone's eyes.
Highly sophisticated smear campaign by deep power players inside the music industry.
That's the craziest part. Everybody's got a hot take. Hardcore fans swear they see the truth, critics think they've cracked the code, and the whole internet seems locked in, obsessively breaking down the rise and the so-called fall of Justin Bieber like it's some mystery movie.
Holmes allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs.
Doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time.
The deeper I dug, the heavier the vibes started to feel. This wasn't just about money, fame, or flashy headlines anymore. It felt like there was something real going on under all that noise, something tense and unsettling hiding beneath the surface, and people could sense it.
They're having the times of their lives, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing.
The further the deep dive went, the more twisted and mysterious the whole thing started to feel. It was like peeling back a secret world hiding behind bright lights and picture-perfect smiles. Somewhere in the middle of all that chaos, something suddenly clicked, and it didn't feel random at all. This stopped being just about Justin Bieber real fast. The situation started looking way bigger, way heavier, and way more layered than anyone expected. The messy web of connections, rumors, and big industry names all tangled together, pulling people deeper every time a new detail pops up. And just to be clear, everything talked about here comes straight from public reports and online conversations. No accusations are being thrown around.
Justin Bieber just sold his music catalog for an estimated measly $200 million.
This is about breaking down how media coverage and public chatter might be shaping the story around Bieber right now. Still, viewer discretion is advised, because once you start cutting through the noise, things can get intense fast. Three main theories keep showing up again and again about what could really be happening with Justin Bieber at this moment. And the first theory everyone keeps whispering about is the Diddy connection.
We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
The rumors tying Justin Bieber to Diddy are easily the most explosive ones blowing up the internet right now. People seriously cannot stop talking about it, and the chatter just keeps getting louder by the day. If you've been anywhere online lately, there's no way you've missed the whispers around the whole Diddy situation. It's everywhere, nonstop, and impossible to ignore. This is one of those stories that makes people pause mid-scroll and raise an eyebrow. Folks are side-eyeing every headline, trying to figure out what's real and what's just wild internet talk.
And we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
The lines between facts, speculation, and social media noise feel super blurry, and that mystery is exactly what's keeping everyone locked in and watching every move. A certain video has been blowing up all over the internet lately, and people are breaking it down frame by frame like it's a crime scene.
Every look, every word, every tiny movement is getting picked apart, with folks hunting for signs that something darker might be hiding underneath all that fame and polish. One theory that's making serious waves online goes like this. Usher, who helped launch Justin Bieber's career early on, is said to have introduced him to Diddy's circle. And Diddy? That question alone has people arguing non-stop. Diddy has long been surrounded by rumors about hosting parties that were anything but ordinary, the kind that spark endless questions, raised eyebrows, and wild speculation across social media. To be clear, this is all based on public chatter and online discussion, not confirmed claims. But once these ideas hit the internet, they spread fast, and people start connecting dots whether they're real or not.
Knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
According to online claims, Justin Bieber was reportedly very young, around 15, when he was first introduced to that environment. People online suggest that at such an early age, he may have been stepping into a world that felt way too grown for someone still figuring things out. The spotlight was bright, the rooms were full of powerful celebrities, and the pressure could hit hard.
Bad boy! Oh, he's bad boy now!
Online discussions frame it as a situation where sudden fame moved fast, maybe too fast. Being surrounded by flashing cameras, big personalities, and non-stop attention can overwhelm anyone, especially a teenager still learning how to navigate life in the public eye. Again, these are public conversations and interpretations, not proven claims, but they've sparked serious debate about how young stars handle fame at that level. The idea alone has people talking non-stop, questioning how much is too much when success comes that early. Now comes theory number 2, and this one hits the wallet. The money problems. This angle dives straight into online whispers about financial stress and behind-the-scenes tension that might be weighing way heavier than fans realize.
Why is Justin Bieber at such an early stage in his career selling off his catalog? And there were other people who were selling their catalogs, but they were all much older.
Some people believe the pressure didn't just come from fame, but from messy deals, confusing contracts, and constant changes in management that could shake anyone's foundation. Talk online suggests that when success comes fast, the business side can get complicated real quick. Big expectations, non-stop spending, and people pulling in different directions can create serious cracks behind the scenes.
Justin Bieber says he is canceling the rest of his world tour.
Add that to the pressure of staying on top, and suddenly the picture doesn't look as perfect as it once did. Again, these are public discussions and theories, not confirmed facts, but they've got people wondering if financial stress played a bigger role in Bieber's current situation than anyone wants to admit.
Tour managers were saying, you guys are spending too much money. Can she take a smaller jet? And we're told, she said, absolutely not. That's the jet that Kylie has, and I'm not taking a lesser jet.
Even though Justin Bieber sold his entire music catalog in 2023 for a jaw-dropping $200 million, rumors online say the story might not be as clean as it looks. Some people claim that number was actually way lower than what his catalog could have pulled in, and that's where the speculation really heats up. Online chatter suggests the move may not have been strategic at all, but rushed under pressure. Others believe the sale was a fast decision meant to patch up deeper financial issues the public never got to see. That idea alone sent social media into a frenzy, with people questioning how someone once seen as untouchable in the music industry could end up making such a drastic move. Again, these are theories and public discussions, not confirmed facts. But the twist shocked a lot of people, especially those who grew up watching Bieber dominate the charts like nothing could ever slow him down. Reports have surfaced online claiming that Justin Bieber may owe his former manager, Scooter Braun, a massive amount of money, and people say it's linked to canceled tour dates. The talk started spreading fast, with online discussions pointing to contracts, refunds, and business obligations that didn't just disappear when those shows were called off.
According to people close to the situation, the financial hit from those cancellations was heavy behind the polished image and luxury lifestyle everyone sees. Whispers online suggest Bieber may have been juggling serious financial pressure tied to missed performances, fees, and behind-the-scenes costs that most fans never hear about. Once again, this is all based on public reports and online conversations, not confirmed accusations. But it adds another layer to the growing story, making people question how much stress was piling up away from the spotlight. When a global superstar like Justin Bieber cancels a massive world tour, the damage isn't just about lost ticket sales. It cuts way deeper than that. There are contracts already signed, full production crews on standby, venues booked months in advance, and all of them still need to get paid even if the lights never turn on. That kind of shutdown can rack up millions in losses before anyone even has time to react. Then there's the lifestyle people love to talk about, the kind that burns cash fast. Private jets on standby, luxury cars lined up, massive mansions, and a taste for only the finest things money can buy. Stack those expenses on top of tour cancellations, and suddenly it's easier to see how even a superstar's fortune could start shrinking quicker than expected. Again, this is based on public discussion and general industry realities, not confirmed details. But it shows how fast the money pressure can pile up when momentum suddenly stops.
You don't care about people, only money, only money.
Owning multiple luxury homes, flying nonstop, and living that high-end lifestyle can drain even a 9-figure fortune way faster than most people expect. And while Justin is reportedly dealing with serious financial pressure, his wife, Hailey Bieber, has been climbing fast, hitting billionaire status through her Rhode beauty brand. That contrast alone has set the internet on fire. Reports say her company landed a massive deal that pushed her net worth far beyond Justin's, and online speculation hasn't slowed down since. Some theories claim this sudden shift flipped the power dynamic in their relationship completely, changing how things work behind closed doors. No proof, just non-stop talk, but people are watching closely. That leads straight into theory number 3, the mental health struggle. And this is where the conversation turns dark fast. Fans have zoomed in on videos and photos pointing out moments where one of Justin's eyes appears not to blink, sparking endless concern about his health. Online chatter has linked this to Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, possible medical treatments, and even Lyme disease, though nothing new has been confirmed.
Eye is not blinking.
Add in his cryptic posts about transactional relationships, plus rumors claiming his marriage is under pressure, and it paints a heavy picture.
You don't want to get all sexy with me?
Quotes like, "You don't want to get all sexy with me," and "I've abused my body in the past and now I'm just in the recovery process," keep circulating, fueling even more debate. Even though Justin has been open about past substance struggles and his road to sobriety, the internet refuses to ease up. Every tired photo or distant look turns into instant relapse talk. It's like progress doesn't matter when the public is always hunting for cracks.
I've abused my body in the past, and now I'm just in recovery process.
At the end of the day, nobody outside Justin's inner circle truly knows what's real and what's just rumor. But if even part of this is true, it's clear he's carrying something heavy. Fame, pressure, and nonstop judgment can wear anyone down, no matter how rich or successful they are. He's only 30 years old, yet Justin Bieber has spent more than half of his life under non-stop public attention. Every move he makes, every facial expression, every single post gets dissected like it's evidence, all while he's reportedly dealing with real health challenges and endless rumors about his personal life. It's like the pressure never lets up, not even for a second.
I think that there was times where I was really suicidal.
It really feels like he can't catch a break. Growing up in the spotlight turned what should have been private struggles into public entertainment, with millions watching, commenting, and judging in real time. What should stay personal ends up trending, and that kind of exposure can mess with anyone's head. While digging through article after article about Justin Bieber, one thing stood out, and honestly, it was disappointing. No matter how serious or emotional the story was, it always got filed under one label: entertainment. Not music, not culture, not even human interest, just entertainment.
It's been good, but it's just holidays, not drinking is tough. Especially going to all these holiday parties, wanting to have like a glass of wine or like...
And Knott says a lot about how the world still sees him. It all feels designed to feed the public's non-stop obsession with celebrity drama. It's wild how the media can twist someone's real struggles into pure clickbait without a second thought. The constant chase for headlines has turned everything into a circus, with paparazzi camping out day and night, waiting for one shaky moment they can flip into tomorrow's trending story. It's messy, invasive, and honestly hard to watch. Fame seems to drain compassion right out of the room, as gossip outlets keep crossing lines, invading private lives, snapping photos at the worst possible moments, and pushing people closer and closer to the edge. That kind of non-stop pressure doesn't just cause stress, it can trigger a real mental health crisis fast. Seeing it play out like this makes you stop and think. Should entertainment really come from tearing down people who are clearly struggling just to keep it together? There has to be a better way than turning pain into headlines.
Britney Spears was just 17 years old when she exploded into worldwide fame, and it happened almost overnight. One minute she was a small-town girl, the next she was one of the biggest pop stars on the planet, all at an age when most people are still figuring out who they even are. Suddenly, she was living under flashing cameras, non-stop judgment, and pressure that most people could never imagine. Quotes like, "I'm so happy right now, oh my goodness," were picked up and replayed like they meant everything. From the very moment Britney stepped into the spotlight, the pressure never let up, not even for a second. Every detail of her life got torn apart. What she wore, how she talked, even the way she smiled became headline material. Paparazzi chased her everywhere, yelling invasive questions with zero respect for her privacy, like boundaries didn't exist. It wasn't just fame, it was a non-stop storm following her wherever she went. Cameras in her face, critics judging every move, and barely any room to breathe or just exist like a normal human being. That kind of attention can crush anyone, especially someone so young. By the time 2007 rolled around, Britney Spears was only 25 years old, and the non-stop chaos had clearly worn her down. Years of pressure from fame, relentless media obsession, and constant invasions of her privacy had pushed her right to the breaking point. It wasn't sudden, it was years in the making, building up with no escape in sight.
Spears has been formally suspended as the conservator of her estate, which he's managed for the last 13 years.
You could almost see it happening in real time. The spotlight never shut off, never backed away, and never gave her room to heal. Every struggle played out in public, every moment magnified as she tried to survive under attention that just wouldn't let go.
Britney, it's true about the rehab? It's true about the rehab, Britney?
The head-shaving moment wasn't some random breakdown like the media tried to sell it as. It was a desperate act by Britney Spears to take control of her own body and her own image after years of being picked apart by everyone around her.
Amid a media frenzy, the 26-year-old pop star was brought by ambulance to...
That moment wasn't about chaos. It was about power, autonomy, and finally saying enough. After being judged non-stop, controlled, and watched from every angle, that act became her way of pushing back. The now famous footage from February 21st, 2007 turned into one of the most unforgettable and misunderstood moments in pop culture history. Instead of asking why she was hurting, the world just stared. Then came the incident where Britney, overwhelmed after being chased relentlessly by paparazzi, struck a cameraman's car with an umbrella. The media jumped on it instantly, turning it into tabloid gold. Her shouted words, captured in the heat of the moment, were edited, replayed, and used to paint her as out of control, instead of someone pushed way past her limit.
Imagine being followed every single day, cameras flashing in your face, privacy completely erased. Anyone would crack under that pressure. That moment wasn't madness, it was raw frustration from someone who had been treated like public property for far too long.
What came next was even more shocking. The conservatorship that took over Britney Spears' life lasted a staggering 13 years, longer than the entire rise of her career itself. For over a decade after fame hit hard, almost every decision was no longer hers to make. From finances to freedom, control was handed over to others, and it became a real-life example of how fame can completely strip someone of their independence. Under that conservatorship, Britney's father controlled nearly everything. Her money, her career moves, and even deeply personal choices were no longer in her hands. All of it was justified with claims that she was unstable, yet that image was fueled by the same nonstop media gossip and public speculation that had followed her for years. And that's where the pattern starts to feel familiar. We're seeing echoes of that same cycle now with Justin Bieber. The media builds a narrative, the public runs with it, and suddenly the person at the center starts losing control of their own story. It's a loop that keeps repeating, and once it starts, it's hard to stop. Michael Jackson started performing when he was just 5 years old, and by the time he reached adulthood, the price of fame had already caught up with him in a heavy way. Growing up under non-stop pressure didn't come without consequences, and over time he became increasingly isolated, guarded, and reportedly struggled with addiction while trying to survive that level of scrutiny. The wild part is how fast the media flipped on him. The same outlets that once crowned him a musical genius later turned around and picked him apart piece by piece.
Kids, we've always wanted to dance or keep the time to the music, and that's part of us.
Every change in his appearance, every friendship, every private moment suddenly became headline material, analyzed like it belonged to the public.
A photographer who was not part of the Jackson entourage attempted to take his picture, and a heated argument ensued.
It felt like they built him up just to tear him down for entertainment. Fame lifted him to impossible heights, then left him exposed with nowhere to hide. That cycle, praise, pressure, then public breakdown, played out right in front of the world, and it shows how brutal nonstop attention can really be. It all starts sounding eerily familiar, doesn't it? Macaulay Culkin, the biggest child star of the 1990s, became a global sensation almost overnight thanks to Home Alone. One minute, he was a regular kid. The next, he was one of the most recognizable faces on the planet, with fame hitting faster than anyone could prepare him for. But by the time he reached his 20s, everything had changed. Reports at the time said he became estranged from his parents, struggled with substance-related issues, and eventually made the decision to step completely away from the spotlight. For more than a decade, he vanished from public life, choosing distance over fame. That disappearance wasn't about failure, it was about survival. He was trying to find peace far away from the attention that once made him seem unstoppable, proving again how quickly fame can flip when it hits too young and too hard.
There's a lot of people, I think, that think that fame is this achievement that brings you fulfillment and happiness, and the truth is, there's this weight and this heaviness on you to achieve and to be something. People have these expectations of you. It's just a lot.
Lindsay Lohan's story fits right into that same heartbreaking pattern. She went from being one of Disney's brightest stars to dominating tabloid headlines for all the wrong reasons. Arrests.
When I first got a call from my manager to audition for the part, she asked if I could do an English accent.
Court appearances and multiple trips to rehab became public spectacle, with cameras tracking her every move. The non-stop media attention turned every mistake into front-page drama. There was no room to mess up, no space to heal in private, and no pause button when things spiraled. That level of exposure made it nearly impossible for her to rebuild her career without being dragged back into old narratives. It's the same cycle we've watched play out again and again. Young stars rise fast, get chewed up by fame, and then struggle to recover while the world watches their every step under a relentless spotlight.
No one's ever been that famous worldwide in an era of social media, where every year of your adolescence, you are the most Googled person on the planet.
When someone is 13 or 14 years old, we know that the brain is not yet ready to handle all the rigor that comes with being an entertainer, let alone somebody who's quite
A 2024 study on former child actors revealed something seriously troubling. Many of them admitted they felt empty and lost once the spotlight faded away. After spending their entire childhood performing for the world, a lot of them struggled to figure out who they even were without fame defining them. Researchers pointed out that growing up under constant public attention made it extremely hard for these former child stars to trust people or build real, genuine connections. Fame gave them applause, attention, and success, but quietly took away their sense of identity along the way. That trade-off doesn't show up in headlines, but it leaves deep scars. Most people watching this right now are well past 13 years old. Now imagine being that young with millions of strangers judging your every move, every outfit, every word, every mistake on full display for the entire world to react to instantly. At that age, you're still trying to figure out who you are, but for someone like Justin Bieber, that process happened in real time under non-stop cameras and public opinion. Of course, someone in that position would struggle. That kind of pressure is overwhelming for anyone, especially a kid growing up with the world watching every step. Experts say this kind of non-stop pressure, the fame, the criticism, the total lack of privacy, can literally rewire a developing brain. Growing up under that level of attention changes how a person thinks, reacts, and even who they trust. When your life is always on display, survival mode becomes the default. This isn't just emotional stress, it's a full-on neurological impact. Studies suggest those changes can stick around well into adulthood, shaping behavior, relationships, and mental health in ways most people never have to deal with. That's the hidden cost of growing up famous, and it doesn't just disappear when the cameras turn off. Dr. Donna Rockwell, a well-known child psychologist who has worked closely with former child stars, summed it up perfectly. She explained that even the most emotionally strong adult can struggle under the weight of fame, but for a child, it hits on a whole different level. The attention, the expectations, and the total loss of privacy can overwhelm a developing mind fast.
I had no idea that this life would take me by storm. I had no idea that I would just get sucked up by all of this stuff.
According to her perspective, fame doesn't just challenge kids, it shapes them. Those experiences mold how they see the world, how they protect themselves, and how long it takes to truly understand what that kind of exposure did to them. The effects don't fade quickly, and unpacking them can take years. And it's not just about fame itself, it's the entire system built around it.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn. And
managers treating kids like walking paychecks instead of real people.
Everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you.
Parents chasing their own dreams through their children's success. Fans acting like they deserve access to every corner of a celebrity's life. And media outlets cashing in on every breakdown and scandal. It's a vicious cycle. Young talent gets lifted up, chewed through, and turned into entertainment, while their pain becomes content. The world watches like it's just another show, and the human cost gets pushed to the side.
Up in the morning, and the first thing I was doing is popping pills and smoking a blunt.
In Miami for allegedly drag racing, driving under the influence, and resisting arrest, all misdemeanors.
Justin Bieber's journey moved at lightning speed. He was discovered at just 13 years old, and by 16, he was already a global superstar with the entire world watching his every move. Fame hit before he even had time to grow up, and not long after came the darker side, pressure, burnout, and struggles he later spoke about openly. Quotes like, "Picking up in the morning and the first thing I was doing is popping pills and smoking a blunt," shocked people because they showed how deep things had gone. By the time Justin was only 19 years old, everything had already spiraled into serious trouble. A DUI arrest made global headlines, turning what should have been the peak of his young career into a public wake-up call. It was a moment that showed just how fast fame can spin out of control when pressure becomes overwhelming and there's nowhere to hide.
Yeah, I definitely feel protective of her. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn. And so I just kind of, let her do her thing. And if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her.
But here's the part that really sticks. We all know this pattern exists, yet it keeps repeating because the world keeps feeding into it. The public loves watching the rise and fall of a star, even when that spectacle comes at the cost of someone's health and sanity. What is confirmed, though, is that Justin Bieber was officially diagnosed with Lyme disease in 2020. The condition deeply impacted both his physical health and mental well-being, adding another heavy layer to a life already under extreme pressure. In 2022, Justin Bieber revealed that he had developed Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, a serious condition that caused partial facial paralysis and forced him to cancel several major tour dates. This wasn't about exhaustion, burnout, or rumors spinning online. It was a real medical issue that directly affected his ability to perform on stage. These cancellations weren't exaggerated headlines or speculation. They were tied to confirmed health struggles that made it clear just how much his body and mind had been pushed over the years. Seeing a global superstar forced to stop everything showed the real cost of non-stop pressure and grinding at that level. Justin has also been open about his past battles with substance abuse. He's spoken publicly about the dark phases of his life, admitting how fame, pressure, and emotional pain pushed him toward choices he later regretted. That level of honesty is rare in the industry, especially when so many try to hide their lowest moments. It shows how hard he's fought to take back control of his life, heal, and keep moving forward despite everything stacked against him. Yes, Justin Bieber did sell his entire music catalog for over $200 million back in 2023. That part is confirmed. But everything else? The Diddy connections, the financial collapse rumors, the marriage drama, it's all speculation, gossip, and unverified online chatter. And like we've seen in other celebrity stories, this is exactly what happens when obsession with famous lives spins out of control. Here's the uncomfortable truth. It almost doesn't even matter whether those rumors are real or not. The moment we start overanalyzing every move, turning someone's real life into a mystery for entertainment, we become part of the same toxic machine. Treating Justin Bieber like a puzzle to solve or a headline to consume feeds the exact cycle that's been breaking young stars for decades. So could Justin Bieber end up like Britney Spears or Michael Jackson? Maybe. Or maybe the better question is, should we just let him live, leave him alone, and stop treating his life like public property? On the surface, it's easy to say, who really cares what happens to former teen pop stars? But maybe we should. And that's why this story actually matters. These aren't just entertainers, they're real people who shape pop culture and influence entire generations. If the industry keeps feeding young talent into a system that profits off breakdowns, that's something worth talking about, not for clicks or views, but to protect the next generation from repeating the same painful cycle. Because if we keep brushing these stories off as just the price of fame, aren't we basically saying it's fine to sacrifice kids' mental health as long as we get new music and viral moments? That idea alone feels wild when you really sit with it.
I have had to go through a lot of my struggles as a human, as all of us do, really publicly.
Take Billie Eilish, for example. She shot to global fame almost overnight, just like Justin did years earlier. And the pressure came fast. When Justin was asked about her rise, you could tell it hit close to home. He didn't want her walking the same lonely road he once did. And that moment showed something real, not a headline, not an image, but someone who survived the system, quietly warning the next one in line not to fall into the same trap. But then, out of nowhere, everything shifted. Just when the world was ready to count Justin Bieber out for good, he flipped the script completely. No warning, no slow build, just a bold move that shocked everyone and proved he wasn't done yet. The second half of 2025 turned into one of the most unpredictable and fascinating chapters of his entire career. This wasn't just a comeback, it felt like Justin was taking control and rewriting his story on his own terms, in a way nobody saw coming.
Justin Bieber just shocked fans with a surprise album drop.
Swag is the pop star's first studio album in 4 years. It is packed with 21 tracks, and it features guest appearances from a ton of artists.
And that's where this story leaves us. Justin Bieber's journey isn't just about fame, controversy, or comeback headlines. It's about survival, growth, and taking control in a system that doesn't let go easily. Love him or criticize him, his story forces us to look at how the industry treats young talent and what it really costs behind the scenes. If this breakdown made you think, surprised you, or changed how you see celebrity culture, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives like this, and share this video with someone who needs to see it. And most importantly, drop a comment below. Do you think Justin truly found freedom, or is the system still lurking in the background? Your voice matters, and this conversation isn't over yet.